Let's talk about one of the most unforgettable design choices in Topps history, the beautiful, bizarre, and downright legendary woodgrain border of 1987. This wasn't a new idea. Topps first used the wood paneling look way back in 1962, but 1987 was all about nostalgia, and it was a 25-year throwback to that original set. At the time of the 1987 Topps, collectors were divided. Some thought it looked like a kitchen cabinets, others loved it, how different it felt compared to the bolder designs of 85 and 86. It was also a very smart move by Topps. Fleer and Donruss were stepping up their designs, so Topps needed something that would pop on store shelves. And love it or hate it, the wood grain sure did stand out. But even though the design was bold, the cards themselves weren't premium. Regular Topps had basic gray back borders and no inserts. Alright, let's get into the real meat of 1987 Topps set. The rookie cards and MLB stars. Because even though this was deep into the junk wax era, Topps still loaded it with some serious heat. First up, Barry Bonds, card number 320. He was the all-time home run leader, 7-time MVP, and still to this day one of the most divisive players in baseball history. While his card first appeared in 1986 Topps Traded, this card became a special addition to any collector in 1987. Next up, it was the legend himself, Bo Jackson, number card 170. Bo knows baseball. Bo knows football. Bo knows how to pose. Believe it or not, the action shot you see in the card for 1987 Topps is a posed shot. He was not actually trying to catch a ball or anything like that. Don't forget Mark McGwire, card 366. While we first saw him as a collector in 1985 Topps Traded in his USA jersey, this is considered his first official Topps rookie card. During the home run chase in '98, this card was crazy. It's cooled off since, but it's still a key in the set. And of course, the set didn't stop there. You had Barry Larkin, Rafael Palmeiro, Will Clark, Kevin Mitchell, Wade Boggs, Don Mattingly, just to name a few. Now here's the funny thing, because there were so many printed, raw copies aren't worth very much. But getting a perfectly centered PSA 10, now there's a chase. In fact, because of the poor centering and soft corners right out of the pack, even the biggest rookies are hard to grade a mint gem 10. If you're collecting nowadays, you're swimming in parallels, numbered cards, relics, autos, whatever you can think of. But back in 1987, there were way fewer surprises. In 1987, sets didn't really have inserts the way we think of them today, but it did have a few oddball extras that collectors either forgot or never knew about. First one was the Topps Glossy All-Star inserts. They were in rack packs and sometimes in a bonus with like factory sets. They had a great looking photo with a white border and a gloss finish, which made them stand out from the regular matte top stock. In this set of 22, you'd find dream teams of the 80s with Boggs, Strawberry, Puckett, and others. They weren't numbered in the main 792 set, but they were a fun little collectible side quest if you were chasing 1987 variants. Another 1987 insert set that Topps offered was the Glossy Rookie set. It was a set of 22 featuring such players as Jose Canseco, Pete Incaviglia, Wally Joyner, and more. These were found mostly in jumbo packs at your local hobby shop. Then of course you had the 1987 Topps Mini League Leaders, which came in special mini card packs, sold mostly in blister packs or grocery stores. These were literally smaller in size, and they featured players who led the league in different categories. They had bright borders, fun colors, and such players as like Rickey Henderson or Dwight Gooden, Mike Schmidt, and other names that were dominating the 1980s. And rounding out the last few inserts in the 1987 Topps were the regular All-Star cards, which were found in most packs, as well as the Team Leader cards, which were found in most packs as well. So as you can see, there were no real inserts in 1987. That's just the way the cards were. You got a few glossies or a few minis, but most of it was just 15 cards of your favorite player and probably a gum stain on the back of the back card. You know, we all heard about 1987 Topps and the junk wax era, but there was a time when Topps Tiffany which ran from 1984 to 1991, that offered a high quality baseball card. Printed in Ireland at the Topps facility, it was different from the regular Topps. It was bright white cardstock and a glossy UV coating that made the colors pop. Tiffany cards were never sold in packs. You can only get them in sealed factory sets and only through Topps hobby dealership networks, not in your big box stores or your gas stations or even your grocery stores. In 1987, Topps printed an estimated 25,000 to 30,000 Tiffany sets. That's compared to nearly millions of the regular base set during this junk wax era. That's why they're so rare, and condition is top priority. And let's talk about 1987 and Topps Tiffany. If you had a Barry Bonds, Bo Jackson, or even a Mark McGwire in a Topps Tiffany, you were rolling high. These cards can range from more to 15 to 20 times more than the regular base set card. And if you get yourself a PSA 10, you may need to shell out a small fortune. So what's the legacy of 87 Topps baseball? Is there a legacy? It was printed into the ground, it didn't have numbered parallels, no autographs, and yet this set is one of the most enduring, most reprinted, and most revisited designs in Topps history. In 2023, the 87 design returned again, this time featuring stars like Shohei Ohtani, Aaron Judge, and Julio Rodriguez, and even some legends like Babe Ruth and Jackie Robinson, re-imaged as if they were pulled from a pack of 1987 themselves. Whether you've got a shoebox of beat-up commons in your garage or a PSA 10 Tiffany Barry Bonds under lock and key, chances are 1987 Topps lives somewhere in your collection. It's the gateway set for an entire generation of collectors, and it's a reason you probably still get excited when you see the brown border today. It may have been mass-produced, but 1987 Topps is more than just cardboard. It's a piece of hobby history, one worth remembering and one worth ripping one more time. Hey, if you've got a comment about your favorite memory from 1987 Topps, drop it in the comments.